So today's class is about elastic beanstalk. So before we start this class, I just wanted to know what are all the topics we covered till now and what are all the remainings. So let me open. So share my screen to you. So these are all these 20 topics we need to cover. Among them, let us recheck what we completed till now and what the topics left. EC2 completed, EBS pins, block storage, we talked about it, and VPN, VPC completed, VPN connections, Route 53, DNS server, S3 simple storage service we completed, Glacier, IAM. We completed code commit too, right? Yes. We left with code deploy and code pipeline. Cloud formation, Elastic Beanstalk, RDS we completed. Have we completed CloudWatch monitoring services? Hello? Arun, do you have idea that we haven't completed CloudWatch?
No, no.
Ravi, are you there?
Just
Ravi? Okay, Srikanth, can you hear me? You can reply me on this chat session also if you can't, if there is a problem with your mic. Didn't we complete this CloudWatch service? I hope we completed this CloudWatch service. I showed you the matrices, alarms.
we completed Karthik. Hello?
Yes, yes.
We completed Karthik.
Yes, that's what. We
Cloud.
completed the CloudWatch too. And we completed SNS, notification services, like we created one eNADU topic and we even completed the SCS, email services. Have we completed this work docs? No, I don't think so. We haven't completed this work docs. So what are all the topics left? Work docs, oops work. This four from here, bottom two, 6. So out of 20, we left only with 6 topics, right? So among the 6 topics, those are the critical topics that deals with the automation processes. Okay. So today we'll talk about the elastic beanstalk. So AWS elastic beanstalk. So what is this elastic beanstalk? See, the thing is that in order to uh, to test the output of the developers, let us assume some 2 to 3 developers are working on developing some website. They wrote the code in Java. Okay, developers, they wrote the code in Java, and to see the output, they need some platform, and the platform should be installed on some infrastructure, maybe the servers. We call it as infrastructure. So So what we do basically, so after developing the code, we took that code in some extensions, and we might be depending upon the type of the development platform, whether it is Java or PHP. So we take that code, we'll deploy that code on the platform, and we'll run that deployment, and we'll see the output of that code, or the output of that particular development. So for this we need to have infrastructure and platform. Infrastructure అంటే ఏంటి అంటే let me see అండి. It includes the servers, operating system about the servers, and some softwares. Like for example, in order to run this Java code, we need a platform called, let us say, Tomcat. So first you have to prepare with your infrastructure, and we call this kind of combinations as one environment. So we call this as one environment. So we'll deploy the code above the environment. So environment consists of the physical servers or the virtual machines, we don't know, and the operating system above it, and the software or prerequisite software that runs our code when we deploy this. So maybe here Tomcat, in some other scenarios, maybe some other applications, like maybe if you're dealing with website, maybe it's an web server Apache. Maybe if you're dealing with other web spheres, different kind of applications are there to run this, to run the output. So it acts as a mediator between your operating system and the code you develop, so that you need something to compile that thing, you need something to run that development what you did, the file or the code, whatever it is. So setting up all these things, prerequisite things to do that, we call that part as an environment part. So here with Elastic Beanstalk is a service with Amazon Web Services, is such kind of service that it helps, it takes care of this category, setting up the environment. So ఇక్కడ ఏంటి అంటే let me say, you had some code, so just he'll say that you upload that code to my environment. I'll take care of the all the prerequisite softwares that are required to run the code. I'll take care of this servers, I'll take care of the operating system, I'll take care of the prerequisite software Tomcat or whatever it is. You just upload the code to me. Don't worry about this size of this application or the machine. Just upload your code. So I'll take care of all this environment thing. You see the output like that. With AWS Elastic Beanstalk, you'll set up an environment by specifying, while creating the environment only, you have to tell him some parameters, like what kind of code you gonna upload, whether it is dealing with Java or .NET or Node.js, what kind of code you are going to upload, or what kind of code you are going to test with this AWS Beanstalk. Another thing is that for this AWS Beanstalk, he'll charge nothing, and he'll charge no price for it, but only for the resources that you use under this environment. Like for doing this thing, he launch an instance for your environment. For that instance, he'll charge the normal charges of what AWS instance he'll charge. A instance type ki charge ఉంటుంది కదా, depending upon the region you choose, you create this AWS Beanstalk. Depending upon, if you want to customize your environment also, you can customize while creating your environment. So basically with AWS Beanstalk, you'll create environment. Second, You upload your code. Third, you test the output. So for creating environments, you have to specify some parameters like what type of code you are going to upload. So even this AWS Beanstalk includes, it deals with not only one server code upload JSMI, it's not only deal with this prerequisite software, it also deals with load balancers, auto scaling. See, for example, let me say you created one environment and you uploaded one code on that environment. Like you can say you deployed some code on that environment. So you tested it. You saw on the output. So now again developers did some modifications to it. Like that, the code size went huge. So for every deployment, for every upload and output you see, it will maintain a versions for that. So let us assume maybe for some X version, maybe some after 100 deployments, after maintaining the 100 times deployments on the same environment, maybe for 101th deployment or 101th version deployment. So maybe it requires a huge physical server for that 101th because the code size has been increased. For compiling that code, for running that code, you need some huge size of the server, like high CPU utilization, high memory. So if you choose while creating this environment a parameter such a way that auto scaling, so automatically it scales up the size of this your environment when you are deploying the code. So you may get doubt, sir, where can I see this all this environment లో ఉన్న instances వాటి statuses and health statuses అన్ని ఎక్కడ చూస్తాము అంటే he is also providing you a scenario where you can see hmm, the environment status, the instances in the environment, everything you can see with this AWS Beanstalk. So let me directly pull to this console part. So basically my intention of saying this theory is, so with AWS Beanstalk you create environments, you upload your code to the environments irrespective of the size of the environment, just providing some parameters to it. So it will take your code and it will run that code and it will show you the output. అదే నార్మల్ సినారియోస్లో అండి you have to launch one VM, you have to choose the operating system for that instance, and after launching the instance you have to connect to that instance and you have to install the prerequisite softwares like a Tomcat, Java. You have to set the configurations of the Java, like you have to set the environment paths on the Java, environment path for the Tomcat with operating system. And after installing this software also you have to work for this configuration of that software in order to run with the operating system about it, so that it serves best for your the code whatever you upload on that platform. So you have to deal with that. So here automatically the guy AWS Beanstalk guy is taking care of all these things, installation, configuration. Just provide him, just tell him while creating the environment what kind of code you are going to upload and what kind of Java version you need. So how many servers you require, the instances you require to test this code. It's only a static, if let us assume if it's a website, is a static website or a dynamic website. If dynamic website, it even needs a database also. Like that, just specify while creating the environments with AWS Beanstalk, you specify the parameters and he'll create that environment and he'll monitor the instances that are in the environment, the health of the instances, the status of the code you uploaded, whether it is success, the build is success, you can see the output or not, and he'll provide you a single URL link. By clicking on that link, you can see the output. So let me show you. So any doubts on this theory part, guys?
No, Karthik.
Okay.
It's clear cut.
Yeah, thank you. So first, let me enter into this AWS console. So you can find this Beanstalk under the service of compute. So here in the bottom of this Elastic Beanstalk, you can see he just given it as run and manage web apps. So whatever the apps you upload, it's something like dealing with this web applications, right? So it's not like apart from the backend లో కొన్ని ఉంటాయి కదండి వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ కాకుండా backend applications, that thing we cannot work run here. It's only dealing with the websites, web scenario kind of things that runs on this browsers. Okay, so okay, before we enter into this thing, first first you see in which region you are going to launch this Beanstalk. So choose the region. So he's offering with all the AWS regions this AWS Beanstalk service. So for time being, what I'll do, I'll go for this Ireland region. You know, here Elastic Beanstalk. So this is the first time login, first time creation page. See here he's saying welcome to AWS Elastic Beanstalk. Here you can deploy your code, you can monitor the instances under this environment, and you can scale an applications, the size of the instances, you can scale it automatically. So that I'll take care of this monitoring. I mean, I'll take care of the infrastructure, I'll take care of the operating system, I'll take care of the applications, everything. So I am providing this Elastic Beanstalk service to the customers. I am ఇక్కడ ఎవరు అంటే AWS. He is providing this Elastic Beanstalk to the customers as a SaaS service, software as a service. So here the customer has not to bother about this IaaS, infrastructure as a service, or PaaS, because AWS guy is taking care of the platform as a service or the infrastructure as a service. He is taking care of the servers, he is taking care of the operating system about it, he is taking care of this prerequisite softwares that needed to run this code what we upload. So he is taking care of. So he is offering this Beanstalk as a SaaS service to you. So just upload your software to me, you see the output, I'll take care of all the remaining things, like that he's saying with this service. So first is before creating this Elastic Beanstalk, before we test our code with this Elastic Beanstalk, he's saying to create an environment. So for creating an environment, we have to specify what kind of code we are going to upload, what kind of platform we are going to deal with. So here he has some specified platforms. So he's saying, are you dealing with Node.js, PHP, Tomcat, Java, such kind of things? Okay. So here for this scenario, we'll go with this Tomcat thing. So what we'll do, we'll upload some website to the Tomcat server. Tomcat is an application server. It runs on a port number 8080. So we'll see this Tomcat. See, if you are a developer, you're dealing with Java, you can go with Java, like kind of things. So next, what is saying? So we choose the Tomcat, and now it's time to Tomcat choose చేసుకున్నామండి. ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ చూస్ చేసుకున్నాం, కానీ దాని కింద హార్డ్వేర్ ఏముంది, ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ఏమి ఉంది ఆ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కింద. If you want to customize that also, if you want to customize the physical the size of the instance, the operating system and everything you can go for. See here, right away with this, he is giving you and Java 8 for running this Tomcat. ఈ Tomcat software run చేయడానికి instances పైన you need to have some prerequisite software, and that is Java. For this scenario, he is telling you we are taking care of you uploading some file to our Tomcat server. To run our Tomcat server, we are going with Java 8 version, and we are installing this Tomcat with Java 8 on our Amazon Linux operating system. That is a customized operating system that was built by this Amazon guy. So if you want to change, you can change here. No, I don't want to go with this Java 8, because assume that, or maybe there is a scenario with your code only it runs on Java 7. Java 8 run అవ్వదండి ఎందుకంటే పాత కోడ్ అనుకోండి, or it runs on Java 6. There are, while developing something, కొన్ని డిపెండెన్సీస్ ఉంటాయండి ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ డెవలప్ చేసేటప్పుడు, అది ఈ ప్లాట్ఫామ్కి సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది అలా. So you have to choose. The developer knows their code runs on what platforms, because on what platform they developed while developing a code, by using Java 7 platform, Java 8 platform. So here, from here you can choose what kind of version you want with this Java. And next, does this environment has to deal with this auto scaling, లోడ్ బ్యాలెన్సర్స్ ఆర్ సింగిల్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్? మీరు సింగిల్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ పైన ఈ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారు, దాని అవుట్పుట్ చూడాలనుకుంటున్నారా, లేదా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యాజ్ ద టైమ్ బీయింగ్ మీ కోడ్ వచ్చేసి సైజ్ వ్యారీ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది, డే బై డే ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది, కాబట్టి ఆటో స్కేలింగ్ పెట్టుకుంటారా? ఆటోమేటిక్గా మా బ్యాక్ ఎండ్లో ఉన్న ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ని కూడా విల్ స్కేల్ ఇట్ ఆటోమేటికల్లీ డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద upload the code upload you do with us. For that compiling, it requires more CPU utilization, so we'll increase our CPU, we'll increase the instance type. For compiling the code what you upload to us, it requires more instances, so we'll increase our instances, like that. Do you want us to take care of this load balancing and auto scaling? Here he's telling, for this time being we'll go with just a single instance, andukante this auto scaling and load balancers will launch a multiple of instances and it charges me. So I want to test a sample website that runs on Tomcat. So ఆ వెబ్సైట్ ప్రీరిక్వెస్ట్, ఆ Tomcat కి జావా కంపల్సరీ ఒక ప్రీరిక్వెస్ట్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కావాలండి So here I went with latest version of Java, because whatever the sample website I'm going to run, it is platform version dependent free. It is not dependent on this Java 8 or Java 6, because I'll download it from some website. గూగుల్లోకి వెళ్ళి నేను సార్ ఏదో ఒకటి డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తాను, నార్మల్ శాంపుల్ వెబ్సైట్ టు రన్ ఆన్ టామ్క్యాట్ డౌన్లోడ్ అని ఏదో ఒకటి డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తాను, అది అప్లోడ్ చేసి చూస్తాను ఇక్కడ. సో ఫర్ ద టైమ్ బీయింగ్ I went with Tomcat platform with some version of Java. It should run on single instance, no launch, no. So here also ఇక్కడ చూడండి కింద what he's saying, just in 3 steps. Select a platform, upload an application, just the code and run it. Okay, so here what are all the platforms he's giving us? PHP, Ruby, Windows, Tomcat, Node, Python, there are different kind of. It supports, my Beanstalk supports all these platforms. Choose it, what you're going to deal with. Launch. But clicking on this launch, now it takes some 2 to 3 minutes of time for creating this environment. At the back end, what it is doing is, on this Ireland region, it is creating one virtual machine, we can call it as instance, a single instance, and it is installing the operating system called Amazon Linux 2016.03, 64-bit operating system దాంట్లో ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తుంది. And after the installing the operating system, the Linux operating system, he's installing some software called Tomcat 8. And also before installing this Tomcat 8, he's installing a software called Java 8. Java 8 install చేసి దాని తర్వాత Tomcat 8 install చేసి he'll take care of all these configuration parts. So he's taking care of all this. Physically to do these things మన with AWS లో కూడా చేయాలనుకుంటే if you wanted to set up this kind of environment, like you have to enter into this EC2 service, then you have to launch one VM, and then you have to install this Java SSH login, remote login తీసుకొని దాంట్లో జావా సాఫ్ట్వేర్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి అక్కడ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి, and then you have to download this Tomcat software and install చేయాలి. It takes some time for you. So here he's telling within 2 to 3 minutes I'll set up the environment. You upload your code and you see the result and you can terminate your environment. So I'm saving the time. For that I am not charging even the heavy price for you also. Whatever the instances you launch under this environment, I'll charge the basic price of that instance when you launch the same instance with EC2 service. I'm not charging any extra for installing this Tomcat above this instance, setting up this installing this Java above that instance, and configuring this environment path, setting up the environment path for Java and Tomcat. I'm not charging anything for it. He's doing it for free. By going this and Elastic with AWS Elastic Beanstalk, you'll save the time. That's it. So he's launching our environment. Let us see what view instances, what he's doing in launching steps. First తను ఏం చేశాడండి, ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ వచ్చేసి he created an environment. అది ఎక్కడ క్రియేట్ చేశాడు, EU West ఎక్కడ ఉంది, ఐర్లాండ్లో. we had 3 data centers, EU West 1, EU West 2, EU West 3. EU West 1 అనే అవైలబిలిటీ జోన్ లో క్రియేట్ చేశాడు. సో he's using our Elastic Beanstalk with EU West 1 availability zone. Next, what he created it, then he added some security groups and he's launching some instances with the instance ID ఉన్న ఒక instance launch చేశాడు availability zone లో with Ireland. Now he is performing some health checks on that instance, whether so that he can see what is the status of the health. So it's still launching. So instance launch చేశాడో లేదా, we'll see it. I'm with Ireland region. I'll open a new tab with the AWS EC2 instance service. It is in Ireland, EC2 instance. And did he launch any servers here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got one running instance. Yes, he launched one running instance and he gave the name as default environment. See, IOBED1ACB, the instance ID. What instance he created here? The same instance. So this is the instance created by this Elastic Beanstalk, because while setting up this instance, I said only to create a single instance so that we'll perform the testing with single instance. ఇది ఇప్పుడే క్రియేట్ అయింది చూసారు, అందుకే ఇంకా స్టేటస్ చెక్స్ ఇనిషియల్ అవుతుంది. Okay, now see, okay, now we can see that from here. This is the dashboard of this Elastic Beanstalk and environment dashboard. And under this Elastic Beanstalk service, I created one environment. Like that, you can create a multiple environments. ఇక్కడ పక్కన డబ్బాస్ లాగా వస్తాయి. You'll get some triangles. Like if you had n number of environments, you can see the n number of environments and their names as here. So these are all the environments created. Maybe I am dealing with this Tomcat. That's the reason I created one Tomcat environment. If I was dealing with some Java, I'll go with Java environment. If I were dealing with some PHP, I'll go with setting up the PHP environment. Like that, I can create multiple environments here. And I can do the testing. Maybe on morning if I was writing the code on Java, I'll upload that code to this Java environment and I'll see the output. After afternoon, I'll do some modifications on my PHP, or my PHP team does some modifications. They'll upload the code to this their PHP environment and they'll see the output. So this is then Elastic Beanstalk console. From here, you'll create all the environments, and you can see the status of the environments right away. We had one environment, the default environment, what automatic page because we are choosing it as a sample. We wanted to make it as a sample, and the color is green. Green ante okay, this environment's health is good. There is no problem with this environment. If there is problem with this environment, ఆ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ కానివ్వండి దీంట్లో ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లం ఉందంటే ఇక్కడ గ్రీన్ ఉండదండి. You'll see some ash color or some orange color. So to enter into this environment, just click on this environment. Okay, now as a sample application, what he did, he uploaded some sample code. Let me tell you before telling this, all these parameters left side lo unnai kada, configuration ante enti, logs, health, monitoring. I'll tell you this one by one. So this is an overall dashboard of one environment, not AWS Beanstalk. This is an overall dashboard of one environment that is in the AWS Beanstalk. So it is saying that from here you can observe, oh, this environment is something about Tomcat. This is a logo of Tomcat. So this environment is hosted on Amazon Linux machine operating system and Java 8. And the health is okay. So whatever the environment health is okay. So going to configuration part. So here, if you want to scale up the instances, you can do it from here. See on the scaling, configuration or scaling section look healthy. Right now I was dealing with a single instance, so I don't need to bother about the scaling up the instances. And here also, if you go with the scaling, we can scale instances such a way that ఒక instance వచ్చేసి availability zone 1 year లో పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, Ireland availability zone, and you can launch in another instance with availability zone 1B or another instance with the 1C. If you're dealing with different kind of availability zones while you're going with this scaling part, then you can see that. If you want to customize, see, you got 3 availability zones లో ఉన్నాయి. In which availability zone you're going to deal with, you can specify here, and what kind of scaling. For example, మార్నింగ్ నుంచి ఈవినింగ్ వరకు డెవలపర్స్ ఒక 10 మెంబర్స్ వర్క్ చేస్తారండి మీ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్, మీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో. ఆ 10 మెంబర్స్ నార్మల్గా కంపైల్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు కోడ్ని, వాళ్ళు ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్స్ కంపైల్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఇంకో టీం ఉంది, వాళ్ళు వర్క్ చేస్తారు, వాళ్ళు ఒక 100 మెంబర్స్, అండ్ దే విల్ కంపైల్ ద కోడ్ ఆన్ ద సేమ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ అట్ ఈవినింగ్ కంపైల్ చేస్తారు అనుకోండి. సో ఆ ఈవినింగ్ టైంలో యు నీడ్ దిస్ ఈ AWS Beanstalk లో ఉన్న ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఉంటుంది కదా బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో, ఇట్ డజంట్ సపోర్ట్ because there are 100 developers, they are writing the code and their code size is very big. To run that very big code size, we need a big infrastructure and a big platform, big size platform to run that code. In such scenarios, you can specify that here time-based scaling. In time-based scaling lo, a instance you can say that, so on so and so time and so time today at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, the instance size has to be very big. Like that, you can specify the type of the instance. అంటే ఇక్కడ for on time scaling, as per the times, you can scale the size of the instance by specifying a scheduled action here. Okay, like that you can scale up your size of the instance or the size of this what we call environment type that runs on these instances. And you can choose on what availability zone the instance should run, either with 1A or 1B or 1C. ఇది నార్మల్గా ఎందుకు చూస్ చేస్తారంటే, ద థింగ్ ఇస్ దట్ if you are architecture guy, if he wants to deal with this disaster, such kind of things, maybe availability zone 1 year మొత్తం డౌన్ అయినా నా ఈ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డౌన్ అవ్వద్దు. In such scenarios, what he'll do, he'll launch one instances at different availability zones on the same region, so that on tomorrow morning something happens with this 1 year availability zone, there are 1B and 1C availability zones available, so I can upload my code on that, like that. And next, instances. How many instances that are with this apply what you call environment? You can see that instances. And notifications. You can enable some notifications on this environment also, like uploading. Whenever someone uploads a new code, and sees the output, whenever he uploads a code, this notification service will trigger an SMS or SCS to his product manager or his mail ID or SMS saying that somebody uploaded a code. Or somebody ఎవరు IAM user ఎవరైతే upload చేస్తారో different IAM user. So here also you'll create IAM users and you'll give the full permissions on this Elastic Beanstalk for that particular IAM user, so that on tomorrow he'll upload some code to this environment and he'll see the output. So if he did some actions, if he did some events, so that the TL or whatever the project manager will get notified by enabling these notifications with SCS or SNS. Okay. Next, software configuration. Right away I was dealing with this Tomcat kind of thing. My software configurations, the Tomcat లో కొన్ని settings ఉంటాయండి. Minimum heap size, maximum heap size అని. కోడ్ పెద్దగా ఉంటే you have to increase your heap size. Heap size are nothing but the utilization of the memory. For example, your server has 2 GB of RAM, దాని ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ వచ్చేసి 1 GB వాడితే 1 GB ఫ్రీగా ఉంటుంది. ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఎప్పుడైతే అప్లికేషన్స్ వాడుతుంటే దాని ప్రకారం స్కేల్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది మిగతా రిమైనింగ్ 1 GB వచ్చేసి. సో హియర్ ఇన్ దిస్ హీప్ సైజ్ యూ కెన్ స్పెసిఫై దట్ ఆ రిమైనింగ్ 1 GBలో ఒక 512 MB ఈ అప్లికేషనే వాడాలి, వేరేది వాడొద్దు. whenever I start this application, my operating system should allocate this 512 MB of RAM to this particular application. Like that you can customize your this application software, Tomcat, Apache. ఈ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ చాలా కస్టమైజ్ చేస్తాం అంటే సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్. These things it's better known with developers. So tomorrow while creating this Beanstalk, you have to sit with the developer in order to work with this service. You have to sit with the developer and you have to ask, మీరు ఏ కోడ్ డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నారు, మీకు ఎలాంటి ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ కావాలి, and what kind of is your code is some జావా ప్లాట్ఫామ్ డిపెండెంట్, జావా 8 మీద రన్ అవుతుందా, 6 మీద రన్ అవుతుందా, ఏ జావా వర్షన్ కావాలి, టామ్కాట్ ఏ వర్షన్ కావాలి, అండ్ దాంట్లో కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్ లో టామ్కాట్ ఎంత హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలి, ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ సైజ్, హీప్ సైజ్ ఎంత ఉండాలి. Like that you take these inputs from your developer, you'll take the inputs from the developer, according to him you launch an environment and you'll give this environment to this developers. This is the work you'll do with this Elastic Beanstalk, so that he'll upload his code to directly to this environment and he'll see the output and he'll stop it. So from here, any updates and deployments, how many updates you uploaded, any deployments you made, you can see from here. And health enti ante here, whether you wanted to enable the health monitoring on this environment or not. Right away by default he'll enable this health monitoring on the instances or the environment. Here you can customize to enable this health monitoring on the applications also. So for example, Tomcat default port ఏముంటుందండి, localhost //80. సో ఆ యూఆర్ఎల్ ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చేస్తే ప్రతిసారి ఆ డిఫాల్ట్ లాగిన్ పేజ్ చూస్తుంది, ఆ లాగిన్ పేజ్ ఉందా లేదా, లాగిన్ పేజ్ ఉందా లేదా, లేదు అంటే then it will specify that there is something problem with your HTTP because we are not loading this website అని ఒక ట్రిగ్గరింగ్ వస్తుంది హెల్త్ చెక్. So it is something manage updates is like if for example Java 8 లోనే 8.1 run అవుతుంది 8.2 వచ్చింది. So if you want to upload automatically from this 8.1 to 8.2, you can specify minor versions of uploads or updates to your software. So data type, like if your application, if your environment deals with this database, right away మనం static website చూసి చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాం. Now if you are dealing with a dynamic website, you can create one RDS database here, or you can use an existing RDS server అక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఉంటే దాన్ని ఇక్కడ ఎలాస్టిక్ బీన్స్టాక్ లో అటాచ్ చేసి you can use it also in this environment. So this is of the configuration of this environment. And coming to logs, from here we can see who what action went on. Right away we haven't just launched it, no action went on. Next, coming to health, from here we can see the status of our instances that are in this environment. Right away I had one instance and the status is okay, and from past 60 minutes the instance is running, and the load వచ్చేసి nothing equal, no average load about it, and the utilization of my CPU is ఆ సిపియులో యూజర్స్ వచ్చేసి 0.3% యూటిలైజ్ చేస్తున్నారు ఆ ఇన్స్టెన్స్లో యూజర్స్, అండ్ సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ యూటిలైజింగ్ నథింగ్ 0.00. Overall utilization report you can see more clearly from this monitoring. This monitoring here you can see the overall right away the overall CPU utilization of my server is 17.2. అంటే ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ కొంత తీసుకుంటుంది, అప్లికేషన్ టామ్ క్యాట్ రన్ అవుతుంది కదండి దానికి కొంచెం అసైన్ చేసుకుంటుంది. How much network input and output is going, everything you can see on the graphs also here, and depending upon the period you can see. Okay, if you want to set alarms on this things, like maybe on that instance utilization, CPU utilization, or someone uploads some data, the file new versions are like he's going to upload some code and he ought to test it. While testing, CPU utilization went more higher percent, you want to get notified, here you can set the alarms from here. అంటే ఇక్కడ అలారమ్స్ ఎక్కడ సెట్ చేస్తారు ఆల్రెడీ వైల్ క్రియేటింగ్ దిస్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ పార్ట్లో యుల్ సెట్ అండర్ దిస్ హెల్త్. సో అవి ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తాయి ఓవరాల్గా ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్కి ఎన్ని అలారమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఏంటివి అని. మేనేజ్డ్ అప్డేట్స్ వి టాక్ అబౌట్ ఇన్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్, ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఎనీ సమ్ మేజర్ వర్షన్స్ 8.1 8.2 8.3 అప్డేట్స్ వస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా అప్డేట్ చేసుకోవడానికి here you can specify whether you wanted this environment to update this version dependence automatically, or you don't want it this environment, or you wanted this environment to only stay with this Java 8 or Java 7 and Tomcat some version, because you feel that after talking with your developers that the whatever the code he developed is version dependent. I'll turn off these updates and events. For every action you perform on this environment you can see that event. Last action is successfully launched environment and the last action. Tags are nothing but stickers. Environment default environment and పేరు పెట్టుకున్నాం. If you want you can keep n number of tags from here. So we'll upload some code on this environment, we'll see the output. So for this, for time being, మన ఫస్ట్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ కదండి క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం విత్ అమెజాన్ వెబ్ సర్వీసెస్. వాడు ఏం చేస్తాడంటే ఆఫ్టర్ క్రియేటింగ్ దిస్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఈ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ సక్సెస్గా క్రియేట్ అయిందని చెప్పడానికి టామ్ క్యాట్లో ఒక శాంపుల్ వెబ్సైట్ పెట్టాడండి. And to see that website we have to click here. Yeah. Congratulations, your first AWS Elastic Beanstalk application is now running on your own dedicated environments in with AWS Cloud. Okay, this is one website. నేనేం చేస్తానంటే ఒక శాంపుల్ వెబ్సైట్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి అది అప్లోడ్ చేసి చూస్తాను. I downloaded one sample website and that website is here. దీంట్లో పెట్టానండి. This is Java Tomcat and ఒక version 1 ఒక వెబ్సైట్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తాను. So I'll upload this website and I'll see the output. Upload, choose file. Here it is, a var file. సో టామ్క్యాట్లో ఏదన్నా డాటా అప్లోడ్ కంపైల్ చేసి చూడాలంటే ఆ కోడ్ అనేది .var ఎక్స్టెన్షన్లో అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి. సో and I'll name it as version 1, Java Tomcat version 1. ఉండండి, okay, we'll go deploy it. So it is deploying. అంటే ఏం చేసిందంటే ఫస్ట్ పాత ఉన్న ఆల్రెడీ there is some website that is uploaded. So what it will do after entering this deploy button, I'll tell you. First it will delete this website, it will clean the website, it will restart the Tomcat server and it will upload your web whatever the code you uploaded, right? ఆ కంటెంట్ వచ్చేసి సర్వర్లో అప్లోడ్ చేస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ సర్వర్ని రీస్టార్ట్ చేస్తుంది and it will run that code. So first it will delete the old war file or the old website from that environment and it will upload the new environment, new code or the new website what you just given now, upload ఇచ్చారు కదా, and it will restart that server to get that effect. So it is doing on the back end. You can see from the events what is doing. Till now he haven't triggered any event. Let us wait. So I think he uploaded. Let us see whether we got the new website or not. No, I haven't got the new website. What's going on? Okay, నేను అప్లోడ్ చేసిన వెబ్సైట్ కూడా ఇదే ఉండొచ్చు. Let me download a new website for us. I'll say download a sample Tomcat website free. Java free code. Download a sample Tomcat website. ఒక hello.var అని ఒక ఏదో ఒక శాంపుల్ వెబ్సైట్ ఇస్తున్నాడండి. I'll download this hello.var and I'll upload this hello.var. Choose file and it's in my downloads and the name is hello.var. Deploy this. Like mostly on tomorrow after going for the interviews also he'll ask EC2 instances create చేయడం వచ్చు నాకు AWS లో అంటే the interview must not bother about this creation of EC2 instance. He'll ask whether you know the creating of elastic beanstalk, have you worked on elastic beanstalk, have you worked on ops work, have you worked on code deploy, code commit, cloud formation, వీటి మీద ఎక్కువ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేస్తారండి. You click on this link. Yes, I got a website with hello index page. So the deployment went successful. So like that, if you had your own code, your own website, written something, you can upload it and you can see that. Okay. అలానే డెవలపర్స్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే కోడ్ రాశాక after writing the code, they'll upload their code or they deploy the code on this environment and they'll see the output of how their website appears on the browser. Okay. That's it about this elastic beanstalk. So basically we use elastic beanstalk for setting up the environments, for uploading our code and see the result, the output of the code, how it appears on this web server. On the back end, it deals with it deals with the operating system. It deals with this application prerequisite softwares like Java or Tomcat, what kind of application or what kind of code you are going to upload, or what kind of thing, different kind of programming platform you wanted to use for this environment to test with, whether it is Java based or PHP based or Node.java or Python based. Okay, this is all about Elastic Beanstalk. Any doubts on this, guys, about the topic?
No, Kanji.
So you, Arun and Ravi, any doubts on this topic? Hello.
No, Karthik.
The thing is that you have been seeing all these things, but I don't think so. You are practicing it. But please make sure, guys, you practice these things. You also you had your account with AWS, right? You launch one this kind of scenarios. For that, maybe he'll charge a small price. Well, instance create చేశారు చూసారా EC2 లో whatever the instances he created t1.micro. మీకు ఫ్రీ టైర్ లో t1.micro అనేది ఫ్రీగా ఉంది ఇన్స్టెన్స్. So he'll charge no price for that. So you do this scenario, you create one environment, you upload some code, a WAR file downloaded from this website, and you test it and check it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for today class. Any doubts from Arun?
Karthik, can you please upload the videos today? The videos which you are sent are unable to watch.
They can be unable to watch. See, after logging into this youtube.com, you have to log in via your Gmail. Then only you can
Yeah.
watch this. మీరు ఏదైతే
No, I did that. ఒకసారి అలా లాగిన్ అయినా కూడా అది నీకు అలా చెప్పాను కదా బ్లాగ్స్ సంథింగ్ ఇది వస్తుందని.
ఒకసారి నాకు స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసి పంపిస్తారా? నేను నార్మల్గా ఆఫ్టర్ యూ సేయింగ్ ఐ డిడ్ దిస్ టెస్ట్ సినారియో విత్ వన్ ఆఫ్ మై కొలీగ్, తన ఈమెయిల్ ఐడికి షేర్ చేసి చూసాను. ఇట్స్ వర్కింగ్ ఫైన్. హీ కెన్ వ్యూ ఇట్.
ఓకే, నేను స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసి పంపిస్తాను మీకు.
ఓకే. Because what I did is I uploaded those videos to YouTube on my channel, one of my channel, and I shared with only your email IDs. So ఆ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడితో యూట్యూబ్లో మీరు లాగిన్ అవుతేనే మీరు చూడగలుగుతారు ఆ వీడియోస్. బికాజ్ ఐ హ్యావెంట్ షేర్డ్ దోస్ వీడియోస్ పబ్లికల్లీ. ఐ షేర్డ్ ఇట్ ఓన్లీ టు ప్రైవేట్ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడీస్. సో కొంతమందికి షేర్ చేశాను మీ క్లాస్ వరకు. యూ గాట్ ఇట్? మేబీ ద ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి యూ గివెన్ ఇస్ రాంగ్. మీకు డైలీ వస్తుంది క్లాస్ ఇన్విటేషన్ వస్తుంది కదండి?
వస్తుంది. యాక్చువల్లీ నేను కొత్త ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి క్రియేట్ చేసి మరి నేను పెట్టాను, ఎందుకంటే అట్లా ఏమైనా పని చేయట్లేదు అని.
నో. whatever the email ID you give and you're getting the invitation daily from the class, ఈ క్లాస్ గురించి అదే ఈమెయిల్ ఐడిలోంచి లాగిన్ అయ్యి యూట్యూబ్లో ఆ లింక్ క్లిక్ చేయండి.
అదేంటి జీమెయిల్ అడుగుతుంది అది యూట్యూబ్లో?
జీమెయిల్, ఈమెయిల్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్కి యూట్యూబ్లో ఒకటే అకౌంట్ ఉంటుందండి. దట్స్ ఎ గూగుల్ అకౌంట్. ఎ సింగిల్ సైన్ అన్ ఫర్ యూట్యూబ్, జీమెయిల్, గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్.
ఓకే ఓకే సరే. యాక్చువల్ అది ఓకే, నాది అవుట్లుక్ కదా మెయిల్, అది యూట్యూబ్లోకి వెళ్తే జీమెయిల్ అకౌంట్ అడుగుతుంది. లాగిన్ అవ్వాలి.
అవునండి, దిస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ దిస్ గూగుల్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్. యూట్యూబ్, ప్లే, న్యూస్, జీమెయిల్, డ్రైవ్, క్యాలెండర్, గూగుల్ ప్లస్, ఫొటోస్. సో ఒక్కసారి సైన్ ఇన్ అవుతే యూ కెన్ వాచ్. సో ఏదో మీ మెయిల్ జీమెయిల్లోనో దేంట్లోనో ఒకసారి సైన్ ఇన్ అవ్వండి. దెన్ యూ క్లిక్ ఆన్ హియర్, ఓపెన్ ఎ న్యూ ట్యాబ్ అండ్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ హియర్. యూ గో ఫర్ ద యూట్యూబ్ ఆర్ యూ కెన్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద లింక్ నేను జీమెయిల్లో ఇచ్చిన లింక్ మీద క్లిక్ చేయండి. యూ విల్ సీ ద వీడియో. ఓకే
ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకే, దట్స్ ఇట్ గైస్, దట్స్ ఇట్ ఫర్ టుడే క్లాస్. విల్ ఎండ్ ఇట్. ఓకే. And another thing is that see, we are left with only this 6 services, right? 6 లో కూడా ఒకటి అయిపోయింది. We left with only 5 services. So guys, you it's pay your second half fees also.
యా షూర్ కరెక్ట్.
Okay, play it on or before Monday. Even Arun, you also inform the same thing to Vardhan too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it guys. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.